Is it recording?
It's recording. Hey folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Shack Chronicles. Today I'm sitting on the Delay River in Nunavik with a good friend of mine from Hookè, Fred Campbell. How you doing today, Fred?
Good.
Awesome, man.
After a week of fishing up here,
What'd you think of it?
yeah, I think it's an unexplored river with, I think, a variety of different types of fish. I mean, it's hard to understand. Like you go on a river, let's say like at the Gaspé, and the fish from the Bonaventure look like the fish from the Bonaventure. The fish from the Cascapedia look like the fish from the Cascapedia. So here it's fish forms and shapes that I've not used to see. Right? Chrome, small chunky ones, long slim ones. So it's a river that I consider still mysterious. And you fished it for one season now, and
I got one season on it, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. We've seen so many different styles and shapes of fish, and colored up, and males early. I think there's winniness in this system. For our friends south of the border, that's a landlocked salmon, and I think there's sea run salmon that come up here from Ungava Bay, and it's just like you said, it's almost unexplored for the potential for Atlantic salmon, and I think in the years to come, we'll develop a pretty good program here for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to need to be back to understand it better.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep you in the loop for sure.
But yeah, it's good. Good to be up north. My favorite place in the world, Nunavik, for so many reasons. And yeah, I'll be back in another week. So there's the river up here, Leaf River.
Heading to the Leaf River, yep. Going up and seeing old Louie.
Yeah.
You were there last year. You made an epic film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So let's get on the topic of what you do.
Yeah.
Fred's a film producer, Hookè Outdoors, and does some great stuff. He filmed a film here, and we're looking forward to that coming out. It's going to be coming out for January in the film festivals.
Yeah, January.
So keep your eyes open for that. But yeah, tell us a little bit about how you got started with Hookè and your passion for fishing and the outdoors.
Yeah, I mean it circles back to when I was born. I think you are born with some sort of a DNA that is passed down from your parents, from your grandparents. I often look at it as like if all your family played hockey, you're born, and even though you don't like it, you're gonna be good on the ice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So my both parents come from the countryside. They were born and raised on farms, fishing and hunting. So that's how it all started. I was born, and then my mom showed me her passion for the outdoors. Her brothers, her grandfather. So by the time I was like 3, I was already having a fishing rod in my hand and looking at my grandfather come back with the moose, the trout, everything that has to do with connecting to the outdoors. So I think that passion was passed on to me as a kid, and then as I grew, I mean, I got into other stuff too, like the sports, the skateboarding, and for a variety of reasons and like things that happened along the way. When I was 16, I lost my dad, got hit by a car, and then I said, you know what, I'm not looking back anymore. I'm going to do what I want in life. And I started my first production company called Focus, where I did skateboard, snowboard films, got really involved into the production world. And then, as things came along, we had a lot of big clients, toured the world, like ran this pretty big production company. And then in 2012, I kind of got maybe tired of all this craziness and maybe not connecting with something that I felt true to my passions. And that's when I started Hookè, and I decided to show the world everything about the great outdoors and true respect for the people who walked the land before us. And I did it through photography, videography, and through clothing and branding. And it's all the skills that I learned building my production company at such a young age. And now I'm 13 or 14 years into Hookè, and that's the final gig. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
but it's been quite the ride, and to be here today, it's like people will look at the path that you took and what you're doing in life and say you're lucky, but like you you don't control absolutely everything, but I think it's if you follow your passion and you work hard, like what you're doing, like as a guide, like people say you're lucky to do that, but it's something you really wanted to do. So Hookè, it's like something that I wanted to show the world, and now it's growing and growing with the DNA that I put into it since day one. Stay real, do real things with authentic people, and show this great wilderness to everybody, including the culture, so they can understand it and then want to protect it. So that's the main goal behind Hookè, is to revitalize the connection we have with nature and everything around it.
Yep, I know you did a film last year on moose hunting in particular in Con River, Newfoundland, and you harvested your moose and you took the skin from it and you had it made by indigenous people into moccasin.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. You showed me a little bit of that film, which will be coming out shortly. So make sure you follow Hookè on Instagram. That's where you post most of your stuff. Am I right?
Yeah, Instagram, and our main website is hooke.com, and subscribe to our newsletter. You'll see everything. It's pretty busy now.
Yeah, you definitely got a lot of things on the go.
Yeah.
I just happened to spend a week with Fred, so we did a lot of talking about the projects that he's worked on in the recent future, recent time that'll be coming out in the future. And it's some amazing stuff. I got a little bit of a sneak peek at some of the films that are coming out. And you did a big film last year that had a lot of impact in the fishing world, Scale of Change.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, like, give it a minute just for the four-wheeler to go. People are working out here. Yeah.
Perfect.
But yeah, the scale of change is, I mean, like, if we think about Hookè and we circle back, it was all started with this deep passion for the Atlantic salmon, which I believe is a very mysterious fish, and it's like a silver bar that's very important to Quebec and to all the rivers that this fish comes up to. And unfortunately, in the beginning, my goal was to democratize it, show it to the world, make sure everybody could see it accessible. A lot of people thought Atlantic salmon fishing was for rich white people, which is not the case at all. In Quebec, we have 100 rivers, mostly all opened up, between $40 to $80 a day, super well managed. And in the beginning, for the first 10 or 11 years, I saw an amazing fishery. Everywhere there was fish. It was great. The conservation work was good, but we didn't have to worry about it because what I was seeing was a rise in the population.
Mm-hmm.
We were promoting it. We were democratizing it. More people were fishing. More people were catching fish, and we weren't seeing any decline. So there were more fishermen, more fish, which happened to fit pretty good. But then in the last 2 or 3 years, there was a very, very like drastic decline in the rivers that flow into the Gulf of St. Lawrence. And we wanted to make sure to show this to the people, not only the anglers, but also everybody. Because most people don't even know what an Atlantic salmon is, where they migrate, and why even they exist, and why they're so important. Because they are the fish that thrive in very, very like pristine water, where it's practically untouched by humans.
Mm-hmm.
So we associated ourselves with the ASF, the Atlantic Salmon Federation, and Loop Tackle to make this documentary Scale of Change and start this movement called Scale of Change. So every little change, the goal is to scale it, scale it, scale it, and make sure that we are all together for the Atlantic salmon. And I'm optimistic about the fact that it might come back, but it's a global issue like that. All human beings are the cause, unfortunately. Yeah. And yeah, it's a film about the passion that different people have for the fish, different perspectives from Maine to Quebec to New Brunswick to Greenland, where you get to understand it and then see it for yourselves, see the issues, and see the history. And yeah, it's part one of a bigger project. And now we're starting the Scale of Change film tour, which is going to be a conservation-based film tour. So yeah, it's part of my mission since day one. I think to show these fish to different people and like get more people interested in them, because whether it's hunting or fishing, I believe the people who care the most for it are the ones who have a deep passion for it.
Mm-hmm.
So even though people might frown about whether you're a hunter or a fisherman, that whether you're harvesting an animal or maybe even harming a fish, your passion is really deep for them. You want to protect them, to be able to enjoy them more. It's a weird balance. It's a weird thing to try to understand, but I think nowadays people need to see it, to care for it, and to understand it, to get involved.
I agree. And you say it's your mission to show that to people. In your films, and anybody that knows you, that talks to you, I think they can see that it's actually your calling.
Yeah,
it's something that you were put here to do for a certain reason, and you're going to bring that knowledge and that education to not just fishermen. You're going, like you said, you're going to bring it to the world, and I think what you're doing is an amazing thing. I think everybody should check out what it is that you're doing, and then scale from there, and do their research into what ASF is doing and what some of these fishing tackle companies, such as Loop Tackle. I mean, these companies, you know, they're in the business for fishing, and these conservation, you know, the things that they do are not seen by very many people. And like you said, the fishing industry and the hunting industry is frowned upon, but they are the ones that probably put back the most, without question, I think.
well, I mean, like, think about it. As a hunter, as a fisherman, you've been fishing a river for so many days, and you're seeing it decline. You're not gonna go and continue to fish, continue to harvest. You're gonna figure it out, look at it, and of course, it's very deep passion. But it's not only about the catching, or whether you're fishing or hunting, or about the killing. It's about that connection with the animal and with the fish that kind of revives your. It's the only place where I feel the most alive or connected to something that is real is when I'm tracking an animal in the wild, or I'm on a river trying to catch an Atlantic salmon that nobody knows why they're. So it's a very special connection that I believe once you understand it, you're gonna probably do everything to try to make sure it stays alive. And the more people that get into it, the more people are gonna probably want to get involved to protect it. And I think that's that's the most important thing that we can all do. And like, you are indigenous yourself, but think about that connection to the land that used to be. The people, how they would work, they would like walk around the land, follow the seasons, follow the wildlife, follow the fish. They would never like destroy their food. There is a respect to it. They're harvesting what seems the best to harvest, and it's their way of life, and it's food.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're deriving a little bit out of that connection, and trophy hunting, trophy fishing. As a sport, I'm also part of the problem. But like, fishing for a sport, sometimes you look at it and you're like, I know it's a strong passion, but it comes to mind like, why are we doing it? Like, that fish, we just poked it while it should be spawning.
Yeah.
Then you make, yeah, I think it's fine. But when you're hunting and it's for your food, I have it's easier for me, I believe, when I go for the moose, shoot the moose, deads, and the spirit goes away, and then I eat it for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Then
and your family.
Yeah. Then I think, like, not excusing the fact that I took his life, but for me, that's the way I decided to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So if the salmon I could actually eat them, I would probably go, and if I catch one, then it'd be done. You know.
Correct.
Like hunting, I do one moose per year, and the rest of the time I'm exploring or I'm looking at. I'm not allowed to. So I'm always struggling with that, but never gonna I'm never gonna stop fishing. But it's sometimes you think about it. Like,
yeah, and
promoting fishing, it's also the fact that you don't have like the resource is uncontrollable and unpredictable. So,
but the unpredictability is what keeps us coming back.
Yeah, I know.
That one last swing could hook that 20-pound fish, right? Here
it's talk about unpredictability. There's a photo in the camp of a 22-pound Atlantic salmon here. So, and nobody caught one this season. Like, probably the biggest one, 14 or 15 pounds.
Yep, about that.
But like, it's not a lie. It's like, so you're once you see one, you keep going for that, and that's what keeps you going and
chasing that fish, man.
And here, I mean, it's so untouched. Like, there's so many fish. It's so pure. Like, there's like 60 anglers a year maximum. We're fishing
a whole
kilometers of river. The flies. It's impossible to swing a fly in every pool. This feels right, you know. But places where human beings just took over, I mean, sometimes it's worrying. And these places are like the incubator of what's left pure. And they see, like, look at the flies.
Oh, the flies are horrible. And on that note, I'm not going to keep you out in them anymore, Fred. I really appreciate you doing this interview, and hopefully people will check out what Hookè's doing. It's actually amazing. Like, you can go on their website and go under, I believe, Explore tab.
Yeah.
You can find videos there that you've done.
You can find,
and you got quite a bit of stuff on social media. I think it's important that anybody that's into hunting or fishing, check out what Fred's doing and his team. He's got a wicked team of videographers, and he's got a store in Quebec City, beautiful clothing. He's got all the stuff. So just go on his website, check it all out. He's doing some amazing things, and I think a lot of people should definitely know about him. So thanks a lot, Fred.
Yeah, thanks.
And I look forward to
see you again on the Stewiacke. Yeah.
On the Stewiacke, we'll be doing some striper fishing for sure. Get some of them big sea cows.
And might be back here again. I think it's a special place and deserves more exploration.
I can tell you, we'd love to have you back. You and your mom were here this week, and your camera guy Nathan, and we really, really enjoyed your time. You bring a wicked vibe to the camp for sure.
Well, looking forward to be back and to share this adventure with everybody, so you can sit back and bring the people that you love into these places before it's too late.
Yep, for sure. All right, folks, thanks a lot. I appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow along, because we also have a little series going to be coming out this winter. It's going to be Quest for Atlantic Silver, filmed here on the Delay, my guiding season. So if you're into fishing, that's going to be something you're going to want to check out. So again, folks, thanks a lot, and enjoy your day. Awesome, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Is that the camera?
Yeah.